In the previous video, we learnt about p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductor. In today's lecture, we will be studying about the p-n junction. Now, we must have observed that some stations are named as halt, some central, some junction. Have you ever wondered what is a junction? Yeah, junction means where two or more railway tracks meet. Same is the case in physics also. When P and N semiconductors, we combine the two, a junction is formed. This is your P semiconductor, this is your N semiconductor. When we combine this, a junction is formed. So today's topic is P-N junction and the topics will be covered here. First of all, how this junction is formed, what is the depletion layer and what is biasing. So now we will be seeing that in p-type semiconductor, majority carriers are holes, and in n-type, majority carriers are electrons. But still, some minority carriers are also present. Like in p-type, minority carriers are electrons, and in n-type, minority carriers are holes. So what happens if this junction is formed over here? These are the holes, which are the majority carriers, and these are the electrons. Some are your minority carriers also. A few electrons over here and few holes over here. So now when they are sandwiched together, when they are near each other, these electrons will of course be attracted towards the hole. These electrons will move over here and this hole will be occupied by this electron. Similarly, this will be transited over here and this will be transited over here. So this process goes on, and a diffusion current, this movement of electron causes a diffusion current. Of course, it is for a few time only. After this diffusion, what will happen here? In this case, now a region will be formed where there are two layers or two boundaries, and this is called your depletion layer. Depletion word only means deficit. That means there are no charge carriers over here. If there are no charge carriers over here, what will happen to the electrons? These electrons were of course moving towards the p side to occupy the hole. Now how it will go to say hello hi to the holes? Because there is a depletion layer over here. These electrons, if it wants to go towards the p side, it should have tremendous amount of energy more than this, so that it can jump the depletion layer and reach over there. But it is not so. They are not having so much of energy. Now initially we see this n layer and this p layer. Both are having no charge. They are stable. But while electrons are moving from here, minus charge. So what will happen? What will be left over here? Yes, left over here will be your positive charges. Similarly, for these holes, when they are moving, initially there was no charge. When the positive charges are moving, what is left? Negative charges are left. Now we can see clearly that there are positive charges as well as negative charges. That means an electric field will be induced over here. This is known as your E induced. This is your electric field. And this is the distance of the depletion layer. So if electric field is also there, the distance is also there, we very well know that now a potential difference will be developed because V is equal to ED. This is your at higher potential, this is your at lower potential. That means this gap is developed over here. This is called potential difference or potential gradient. Even we call it as potential barrier because it acts like a barrier over here. If these electrons have to go over here, they need to jump or they need to be having energy more than this potential difference so that it can cross this barrier. Now this holds. If it has to move towards n side, you can see it will have to move from positive to negative potential. But what we are seeing over here, there is a negative potential over here and here it is positive. Similarly for the electrons, if it has to move, what way should apply? It has to move from negative potential to positive potential. But here it is just opposite. That means the flow is not possible. Now, if the flow is not possible only, that means it is acting like an insulator. But we want it to conduct electricity. So, what do? We do some biasing. Now, biasing. You must have heard often in a class, students talk among themselves that our class teacher is biased by the monitor. Whatever monitor will say, ma'am will listen to him or her only. That is only biasing. Here also, now it has having no charge. But if we connect it with a battery, then an EMF will be applied over here. That means we will see that now it starts conducting energy, starts conducting electricity. So, there are now two types of biasing. One by one we will be studying. One is forward biasing. And the other is reverse biasing. So, forward biasing. What is forward biasing? If this P-type is connected with positive terminal of the battery and N is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. This is also called true connection because you can see positive is connected with the positive and N is connected to the negative terminal. And we have already studied over here that electric field is induced over here in this direction. Now what is the direction of the applied electric field? Of course it is in this direction, E applied. So now there are two electric field over here. One is your E induced, one is your E applied over here. So what will be your potential difference over here now? Because electric field is applied from here and one is your E induced over here also. That means what about the depletion layer now? Will it increase or will it decrease? Yes, it will become thinner and thinner. What is the reason behind this? Let us take an example. Suppose your V induced means your potential barrier is 0.7 volt and you are applying over here, V applied is your 0.2 volt. So what will be the net? The potential barrier will be your V gradient or potential barrier will be your 0.5 volt. That means initially it was 0.7 and now it has become 0.5. So it has become thinner. That means if the depletion layer is thinner, then the electrons will easily flow from here and then reach the hole over here. That means a current is passing over here. And if we want more current to flow, we increase this applied voltage. If it is increased more than 0.7 voltage, then what will happen? This depletion layer will vanish and now these electrons are free to move towards the holes. That means a forward current flows. What is the direction of the forward current? You can see electrons are flowing from N to P. And we know conventionally the current flows in just opposite direction to that of electron. That means the forward current is now flowing from P to N, and it is measured in milliamperes. So here we can see that initially it was an insulator, but now when it is biased, forward biased, then forward current flows through it. Now next is reverse biasing. As the name specifies here, this is connected to the negative terminal and this one to the positive terminal. This is called the false connection. And of course your depletion layer is here, which we have already studied. This is the direction of your E induced, and here we are applying now current over here. So what is the direction of the, what will be the potential difference? What will happen to the potential barrier over here? Potential barrier will increase over here. You can see these are the holes present over here. They will be attracted towards the negative terminal, and here electrons will be attracted towards the positive terminal. So slowly and slowly what will happen? This depletion layer will widen up. If it widens up, that means no current is flowing over here. Yes, some current is there, and that current is due to your minority carriers. Here some electrons are present, here some holes are present. Now this electron will of course move this side, and this electron will move towards here. If one electron is going from here, no problem, another electron will come here to occupy this space. Similarly, if one electron is coming, one hole is coming from here, then another hole will be coming from here and it can occupy the space. So some reverse current is flowing over here, and this reverse current is measured in microamperes. So children, now we are very much clear about this, that in a PN junction diode, this is the symbol for the diode, this is P and this is N. Current is possible when we do the biasing. One is your forward biasing, another is your reverse biasing. And in the next class, we will be studying about the characteristic curve of this forward current and the reverse current. Thank you all of you.